This is Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. Now from the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Welcome to another episode of Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. It's our pre-Thanksgiving weekend. We've got a couple of great teams here. Last week, you saw a great game. Byron put up the highest point total of any team so far this season when they beat Morrison. It's quite possible we'll see another high-scoring game today when we welcome first the Belvidere Bucks. Say hello to them. Belvidere has the second most wins in the history of Quiz Bowl and are back-to-back consolation champs. Season 5, Belvidere was in our championship game. Captain Jack, introduce us to your starting lineup.
Hey, I'm Jack Larson, and to my right is Sophia, Lindsay, and to my left is David.
Welcome to the Belvidere Bucks, facing off against the Durand Bulldogs. And Sarah, I'm already happy that you were clapping even for Belvidere. You're excited about being here, we can tell.
So excited.
Durand's 5th appearance in the bowl. Last time we saw them, the Season 6 consolation game against, you guessed it, Belvidere. We could consider this a grudge match, maybe, because if you remember, the Bucks beat the Bulldogs in that game. Sarah, if you weren't here for that game, you probably have heard about it, and you want some revenge, don't you? Introduce us to your starting lineup.
So to my far right, we have Jessie. To my near right, we have Emma. And to my left is Olivia.
Welcome to the Durand Bulldogs. Shall we play a game? We call it Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Our buzzing round is how we start the game, so hands on your buzzers, contestants. 2 most important rules for the game. Wait for me to call your name and say your answer loudly and clearly. Hands on your buzzers as we begin today's game with this question. What university, which was attended by Kyrie Irving and Zion Williamson, is an Jack?
Duke.
That's right. You didn't even need Coach Krzyzewski as part of that, and you're first on the board, Belvidere, with 10 points. What 2021 film starring Chris Rock is the 9th in the Saw franchise and is subtitled From the Book of Saw? Anyone else surprised there's 9 of these movies? This one was called Spiral, From the Book of Saw. No points, new question. What scientist coined the names alpha decay and beta decay and oversaw an experiment showing the existence of the nucleus using sheets of gold foil? Emma.
Rutherford.
That's right. It was the Rutherford gold foil experiment. Those are Durand's points. We're tied. What man who planned the Cape to Cairo Railway, founded the Diamond Company De Beers, and created a namesake scholarship for study at Oxford University? The people who are awarded that scholarship are known as Rhodes Scholars. That was Cecil John Rhodes. In 1969, what Central American country invaded its much larger neighbor Honduras after riots during a World Cup qualifier beginning the soccer war? Jesse.
Guatemala.
Incorrect. Belvidere, you could steal these points. Go ahead, David.
El Salvador.
Yes, you got it. El Salvador. Soccer fans take their game seriously, don't they? Those are 10 points for Belvidere. What author of a long elegy for John Keats titled Adonais asked, "If winter comes, can spring be far behind?" in his romantic poem, Ode to the West Wind? So, go ahead, Sarah.
Frost.
Incorrect. Belvidere. David.
Keats.
Incorrect. Worth guessing, right? Percy Bysshe Shelley. Also, the great poem Ozymandias was Percy's. Let's move on to a new question. What artist who depicted a warship's last voyage in The Fighting Temeraire showed a train crossing Maidenhead Bridge in rain, steam, and speed? Sarah.
Da Vinci.
Incorrect. No points for either team. J.M.W. Turner. Kind of a tough art question there. And we're on to a new question. UTF-8 is an encoding used with what standard for representing text in computers, which includes more than 1 million characters in many languages? Lindsay.
Unicode.
Yes, you got it. It's the U in UTF, Unicode Transformation Format. Belvidere's points. In November 2020, what country accused terrorists of assassinating Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, a nuclear scientist, in a shootout near its capital of Tehran? David.
Iran.
That's right. Tehran was a big clue, even if you didn't know who that scientist was. 10 more for Belvidere. What team, which was upset by the Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the 2021 NBA playoffs, is coached by Tom Thibodeau? Jack.
The 76ers.
Incorrect. Durand, you could take these 10 points. Sarah.
The Lakers.
Incorrect. The New York Knicks. Thibodeau also coached the Bulls from 2010 to 2015. No points. New question. What empire's army inflicted hundreds of casualties on British cavalry at the 1854 Charge of the Light Brigade, but ultimately lost the Crimean War? David.
The Russian Empire.
That is correct. Right before the buzzer. You got that. Alfred Lord Tennyson wrote that famous poem about the charge. Your 10 points, and that's how we end the round. Belvidere is off to a little bit of a lead, 50-10, but there's plenty of game to play. We'll have our volleyball round. That's our next round, worth some points after this break. Stick around. Welcome back. One round into this week's Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Belvidere is on top, 50-10 over Durand. Before we start our volleyball round, we have to play a little bit different of a game show. Your answer, this 3-day Jeopardy champion happens to be our judge today. The question, who is Tim Anderson? Tim is our judge. He's graciously given us his time. Fun fact, he was a 3-day Jeopardy champion back in 2013. And he's now taking time to support our Quiz Bowl because he loves this and knows all the answers anyway, so why not be here, right? Tim, thank you so much. We appreciate your help. All right, let's move on to our volleyball round. Teams, it's a conferring round, so you can work as a team, but the answer has to come from the captains, and we'll just bounce back and forth until we run out of time. Because of the coin flip, Durand gets the first question. Sarah, are you ready? Here it is. What woman who cut an ox hide into strips while founding a city and killed herself on a funeral pyre was a mythical queen of Carthage who loved Aeneas?
Persephone.
Incorrect. Dido. Also the name of the artist who sang with Eminem on the song Stan. We're over to Belvidere now for your first question this round, Jack. What writ with a 2-word Latin name requires that a detained person be brought before a court to determine if their detention is lawful? That's a writ of habeas corpus. Durand, back to you. What poet wrote about a house that seemed a swelling of the ground and a carriage that contained immortality in Because I Could Not Stop for Death?
Dickinson.
That's right, Emily Dickinson. Because I Could Not Stop for Death, he kindly stopped for me, and we kindly give you 10 points for knowing that answer. We're back over to Belvidere now. What Italian-born physicist lends his name to particles with half-integer spin and oversaw the first artificial nuclear chain reaction? I heard it, but nobody gave the answer. Officially, somebody said Fermi. It was Enrico Fermi. No points. We're back to Durand. What New York governor who lost the 1944 presidential race to Franklin Roosevelt was wrongly said to have defeated Harry Truman in 1948?
Eisenhower.
Incorrect. There's that famous Chicago Tribune headline, Dewey defeats Truman. It was Thomas Dewey. Back to Belvidere. In June 2020, protesters declared an autonomous zone named for what neighborhood in Seattle? Tough current events question. Capitol Hill, the Capitol Hill neighborhood. Back to Durand. What author invented a cipher called the Code of Claw for her Underland Chronicles and created the dystopian Panem in her series The Hunger Games?
Suzanne Collins.
That is correct. You got that. Fans of the movies and books may not even know the author's name, but you did, and that's worth 10 points for you. We're back to Belvidere. What AD 313 proclamation by Licinius and Constantine I formalized toleration of Christianity throughout the Roman Empire?
The Magna Carta, maybe. What? Magna Carta?
Magna Carta.
Incorrect. The Edict of Milan. Back to Durand. This could put you within 10 points of them. What country whose Tadawul Stock Exchange had a 2019 IPO for the oil company Aramco is the world's largest oil exporter and led by King Salman?
Saudi Arabia.
That's right. That oil exporter clue is probably a good one, and that is correct. That's worth 10 points for you, and that's all the time we have for the round. So, Durand, you brought yourself within 10 points now. It is a 50-40 game here. Very tight as we head into our lightning round, and there's lots of points on the line in that round. It's next, but first you get to play at home with the Bergstrom bonus question. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Initially conceived in 1924 as a way to celebrate the expansion of their flagship Manhattan location, which store's namesake parade is now a Thanksgiving Day staple.
Tight game here this week on Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Belvidere has 50 points, Durand has 40. Before we get to questions worth points, how about pizza and pasta from Lino's? That's what's on the line here in this Bergstrom bonus question. If you're watching at home, you already saw the question. Our contestants have not. Hands on your buzzers and let me know if you know the answer to this. Initially conceived in 1924 as a way to celebrate the expansion of their flagship Manhattan location, which store's namesake parade is now a... Sarah.
Macy's.
That's right. Thanksgiving Day staple. Kind of an appropriate question for the weekend before Thanksgiving, right? And thanks to that parade, Macy's is the second largest consumer of helium in the world. The #1 consumer, Uncle Sam, United States government. Enjoy your pizza from Lino's, and you enjoy a 2 minutes worth of break, and we'll come back and do our lightning round. That'll be fun. Welcome back. We're about to begin our NECA IBEW lightning round here on Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Congrats to Sarah winning the Lino's pizza party. The captain came through when it counted. That's right. That's all that matters today, Sarah. If nothing else happens, at least you can brag that you won the pizza party from Lino's. Our lightning round involves 3 categories, and because of the coin flip, Belvidere will get first choice. So, Jack, here are the 3 choices this week: musical notation, silent first letters, or repeated sounds.
Musical notation.
You got it. Answer the following about musical notation. If you're a music theory person, this could be easy for you. Who knows? You'll have 60 seconds to get through these 10, could get you 100 points, and then Sarah, whatever they don't get to, you'll be able to clean up in 30 seconds afterwards. Remember, you can work as a team, but I have to hear from the captains. Jack, are you ready for your first one? The clock will start when I give this to you.
We're ready.
There we go. Answer the following about musical notation. Pair of numbers indicating the length of a measure.
Time signature.
It's time signature.
That's correct. Markings such as andante that indicate the speed.
Tempo.
Tempo.
That's correct. Large symbol at the start of a staff specifying the staff's pitches.
Clef.
Correct. Symbol to raise a note a half step.
Sharp.
Sharp.
Correct. Symbol extending a note's duration by 50%.
Fermata.
Incorrect. Lines above or below the staff.
Ledger lines.
That's correct. A less than sign or crescendo means to do this.
Get louder.
Get louder.
Correct. Italian name for a symbol indicating a note is held.
Marcato.
Pass.
Orchestral group most often found at the bottom of a score.
Bass.
Incorrect. Abbreviated SF, it means to heavily accent a note.
Pass.
And there's no time left to go back to the other one that you passed. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct. Add 60 to your score, you're up to 110. Nice work. So there's 4 left up here for you, Sarah. Only 30 seconds to get to them. I'll read them as quickly as I can. Are you ready for the first one?
Yes.
Here we go. Answer the following about musical notation. Symbol extending a note's duration by 50%.
A dot.
That's correct. Italian name for a symbol indicating a note is held.
Tenuto.
Incorrect. Orchestral group most often found at the bottom of a score.
Brass.
Incorrect. Abbreviated SF, it means to heavily accent a note.
Staccato.
Incorrect. You got one of those 4. That's not bad. It's better than 0, so you're up to 50. Here are the 3 that no one got. The Italian name for a symbol indicating a note is held. Jack, I think you guys mentioned this for the one about a note, increasing a note's duration by 50%. It was a fermata. The one that shows you hold a note is a fermata. The orchestral group at the bottom of the score, Sarah, you said brass. Brass is usually at the top. Strings are usually at the bottom. And the abbreviated SF is sforzando, meaning heavily accent a note. We're at 110 to 50 now, but Sarah, you and the team could change that score very quickly if you run one of these categories. There's 2 left, and your choices are silent first letters or repeated sounds.
We'll do the silent first sounds.
Silent first letters? You got it. Give these words whose first letters are silent. So I will give you a definition. Your answer will be the word. 60 seconds to run through these. And Jack, same rules for you. If they don't get to all of them, you'll have 30 seconds to clean those points up. Sarah, are you ready for your first one?
Yes.
Give these words whose first letters are silent. Joint between the arm and the hand.
Pass.
Title of address used to show respect, such as doctor or reverend.
Pass.
Prehistoric flying reptile whose name means...
Pterodactyl.
Correct. To chew persistently, perhaps to the bone.
Gnaw.
Correct. A person who benefits from another person's will.
Pass.
Pattern, acronym, or other trick used to help remember
Mnemonic.
something. Say that again.
Mnemonic.
Judge? Correct. Of the 7 deadly sins, meaning significant anger.
Wrath.
Correct. Golden mascot of Las Vegas's NHL team.
Pass.
Insane, as in the title of an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Psycho.
Correct. Small humanoid ornamental statues often placed in a garden.
Gnomes.
Correct. Joint, and there's no time to go back to those. You tied it up. There are 4 left, so you earn 60 more points. We're at 110 to 110. Jack, you've got 30 seconds for these other 4. You could widen the gap there a little bit and add to your score with these. 30 seconds is all you've got. Ready?
Yeah.
Give these words whose first letters are silent. Joint between the arm.
Wrist.
Correct. Title of address.
Pass.
Our person who benefits.
Pass.
Golden mascot.
Knights.
Correct. Title of address used to show respect, such as doctor or reverend.
Honorific.
That is correct.
Nice.
Person who benefits from another person's will.
No answer.
All right, we'll take the time off there, and there was the buzzer anyway. That was the only one no one got. The person who benefits from another person's will has a silent H. The word is heir. H-E-I-R. Close. There we go. And it's rare to only leave 10 points on the board between 2 teams, but that's what happened in this category, and we still have a very tight game. It's only 30 points between Belvidere and Durand, 140 to 110. We'll finish it up with our Mercy Health Final Challenge after this break. Welcome back. 1 round left to play this week. Before we get to our first question, the Mercy Health Final Challenge, I want to explain a score change. Durand's score, we had to take 10 points away for a pronunciation issue in that last lightning round. The word mnemonic was spelled or pronounced mnemonic, so we couldn't give you the points for that. I'm sorry, Sarah, but still a really tight game. You have 100 points. It's 140 to 100. Belvidere's on top. In our Mercy Health Final Challenge, every question is worth 20 points, so these scores could change very quickly. Hands on your buzzers, contestants. Remember, wait for me to call your name. Say your answer loudly and clearly. Here we go. What metallic element, whose alloys are known as amalgams, was used in Evangelista Torricelli's barometer and at room temperature is a liquid? David.
Mercury.
That's right. Used to be used in thermometers, too. You've got the first 20 of the round, Belvidere. What pop rock band whose 2020 album Women in Music Part 3 contains the song The Steps consists of 3 sisters named Estee, Alana, and Danielle? Sarah.
Destiny's Child.
Incorrect. Belvidere, you could take these 20. Jack.
Weezer.
Incorrect. Alana, the youngest, was recently in the movie Licorice Pizza. That's Haim, the Sisters of Haim. New question. What brand, which released the Vaporfly in 2017, owns Converse, produces the Air Max line of running shoes? Jack.
Nike.
That's right, known for its swoosh logo. 20 points, Belvidere. What suite by Camille Saint-Saëns appropriately includes sections named Tortoises and the Elephant? Sarah.
The zoo.
Incorrect. Belvedere. Jack.
Animal Kingdom.
Incorrect. Animals is in the title. The two of the animals are in the Carnival of the Animals. That's the suite. No points. What author, who wrote about a wind that blew out of a cloud and killed the title character in his poem Annabel Lee? Jesse.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That's right. Also wrote The Raven. 20 points for Durand. What rally, organized by the Big Six leaders, including A. Philip Randolph, took place in 1963 and included Martin Luther King's Sarah?
March on Washington.
That's right. The I Have a Dream speech, August 28th, and you've got 20 more, Durand. What battle, whose landmarks include Devil's Den, Cemetery Hill, and Sarah?
Gettysburg.
That's right. Little Round Top, Pickett's Charge. It was in Pennsylvania. 20 points. You're within 20 now, Durand. What hypothetical substance may take the form of WIMPs, or weakly interacting massive particles? That's dark matter. New question. What key signature, used for Ludwig van Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, is a minor key with 3 flats? David.
C minor.
Yes, whose tonic is on a so-called middle note. 20 more, Belvedere. What French artist used ordinary objects to create ready-made sculptures, such as bicycle wheel and fountain? Emma.
Rodin.
Incorrect. Belvedere, you could take these 20. Jack.
Manet.
Incorrect. Marcel Duchamp. What island birthplace of the ancient Stoic philosopher Zeno of Citium contains a capital city named Nicosia and is in the eastern Mediterranean? Ashley.
Cyprus.
That is right. And you've got 20 points, and that long buzzer means the round is over. One question separated our teams. Belvedere is moving on. First of all, Durand, congratulations. It was a fantastic game. You kept it close. It was exciting, and you won the Lino's Pizza. I know you're disappointed. You like to move on, but you did a fantastic job, and we're happy you were here. Who are the seniors on Durand's team? All of you. So I hope you build a good crew around you and groom them like the Jedi Masters that you are so they can compete in our tournament next season. And good luck in whatever you do. I've said this to our other seniors who've left. You have a standing invitation to come visit us anytime. Thanks. And Belvedere, congratulations. You are moving on. You face the winner of next week's match between Harlem and Galena. Hope you can join us for that on Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl.